Welcome to Making MILEOFF. I actually can't believe this is happening. I'm actually so excited. I've got my lucky London Marathon cap on. This is going to be one crazy journey. Testing. Hello, we are back. It's a miracle that we are recording the episode number 2 because that first episode took me so long to do. It's so funny that I thought I was going to be able to do one of these per week, but here we are. Better than nothing. I really want to catch up with you guys on everything that's been happening because, oh my god, it's been the most exciting 2 weeks. I think I'm in a honeymoon stage of building a business, if that's the thing, because it's all just like super exciting stuff. None of the real stresses have started because I haven't launched yet. So let's quickly catch up on what's happened in the past week. I posted my announcement video, which I honestly did not expect it to do so well. It's reached so many people and it just literally makes me so happy that I've had so much good feedback and people excited to see the brand. I did post a video on this, but I just want to like quickly give a bit of a recap on like what actual impact that's had on the business from that video doing so well. So from that launch video, I've had 2,000 followers on MILEOFF Instagram page, which I'm guessing includes you, so thank you so much. And I've had about 350 email sign-ups, which is amazing. I actually didn't even set myself a target for this, but I think that's blown out any target that I would have thought possible before launch. And then also this week, I've had messages from my manufacturers being like, yep, all of the clothes are ready to ship, they're being shipped, they're going to arrive next week, and I'm literally like, oh my goodness. I mean, they shut down for Chinese New Year, so I should have realised that, yeah, it was coming very soon, but it's all just, I don't know, it just feels so surreal that it's actually happening. And then finally, the other major thing that's been happening is a lot of planning going into the campaign shoot, which is super cool. Amy is literally the most amazing friend and stylist and super stylist who is helping to plan all of this because I have not a clue about how to arrange something like this, and she has been incredible in finding the photographer, the studio, putting all the outfits together. So I'm going to do, probably the next YouTube video will be a deep dive into that in case you are planning a shoot and it helps because I literally didn't know where to even start. We'll be going through that next time. I'll bring you along on the shoot. It's going to be across 2 days, which is this is literally going to be like the peak excitement of this all because I love doing the mood boards, having the vision, speaking to the videographer and photographer about the shots that I want to capture, and also getting on board some amazing friends who are going to be in it. And I just wanted to touch on this because I really want to do everything professionally, and so I was like toying with the idea of to pay proper models to do this. So I was looking through the websites, these models that look like you on the front cover of Vogue, and I was just like, I also knew in the back of my mind that I always wanted to find people who actually love running. So then I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. And in the end, I was like, this is not going to be authentic. This is not going to look like real runners. I really want real runners in this. So we have managed to recruit some incredible friends who are going to be part of the shoot. So yeah, let's see how that goes. I will be literally capturing everything and share that all with you. Okay, so for today's YouTube, I wanted to kind of start right back from the beginning, maybe giving you guys some helps on taking steps to start your business if you are wanting to do that, or just give you an insight into the behind the scenes. So we're going to be talking about everything from key one thing that I have done to bring this idea to life, the design process, how to find suppliers and manufacturers, because honestly this is one question that everyone asks me. Diving deeper into the whole design process because it's actually been fascinating. It's the one area that I've worked with an external sort of agency. I mean, I won't call them an agency because they're just two brilliant women, and really regard them as friends, and just so thankful to them for everything that they have done to elevate my design. So I'll be sharing with you all the steps that we took to do that, the timeline, how long it took, and then in another video I'll definitely explain sort of how I then took those designs and how we did the sampling and the manufacturing and the process. So yeah, I think that's everything. Let's jump into it, and just thank you so much again for all of your support. We are, I think, 1 month away from launching if everything goes to plan with the stock getting here and stuff. So 4-week countdown, let's go. How to find a supplier or manufacturer for your clothing brand. This is the number one question that everyone asks me, so I'm going to give a few of my key tips to hopefully help you out. So I actually met my supplier in person. I went to a trade fair, which is a really good thing to do if you live maybe near a big city. One global one that I really want to go to is called Premier Vision in Paris, so definitely check out their website. They've got lots of great online resources that you could download. They do web seminars you can tune into, and even if you can't make it in person, if you go on their website, they'll have the list of suppliers that normally attend their show show, so you could also contact and find out their emails that way, and you know that they're probably going to be a good calibre because they're going to this sort of global event. If you're going to go and meet someone in person at a fair, then definitely bring out like a printout or have your designs and information about your brand really easily to hand. I did this and I just think it gives a bit of credibility to me, the work that I've already done. I'm not just a random person showing up and wanting to work with them. Another good place to start is Alibaba, just to get used to communicating with these sort of people. Things to check out for: check they've got the verified tick, check they've got 5 stars, they've been in operation for like a good 10 years. Those are normally probably the best ones to go with. And then just start a chat, speaking to people. You want to already have your designs and very clear what you want to produce, so when you get to that point. YouTube, Instagram has a wealth of knowledge of people who are working with suppliers, so I'll put a list of all the people to follow just to get a little bit more insight into background of manufacturing and people also who will do this for you. So as a plan B, I was going to reach out to a company who would source a manufacturer or supplier for me. Luckily I didn't have to get to that, but it could be a good option for you. So once you've engaged with a potential option, the few things that you really need to check out are: what's their MOQ, so what are the minimum order quantities that they will accept an order from you. So for example, I engaged with one factory and they wanted 1,000 pieces of one design, one colourway. This is just absolutely impossible for a small startup, so you want to be looking at around 50 to 100 pieces. Ask them what their lead times are, especially for making samples. Mine was about 2 weeks, and then when I placed the batch production order, that was going to take 45 days, and then you've also got to make sure you add on the time for shipping, delivery in between, depending on where the factory is. You can also ask them for audits and any paperwork, just to show that they're following all the sort of global guidelines and standards. Honestly, usually at the beginning you can tell from how good their communication is. I've had some communications with a few different factories. One of them took a long time to reply. You might even have a quick video call with them. They might show you their showroom and all of the different pieces that they produce for other people. This is really great to ask for examples from their previous work so you can get a gauge of the quality. And finally, just try and have a good relationship with the suppliers. They're going to be the ones that are going to help you bring your dream to life. I feel so grateful that I got to meet mine in person. That really helped, that it wasn't just starting over email. Treat them as friends, not just something transactional that you're desperately trying to get clothing from. Really important in the long term to have them on your side and be working together. So I hope that helps. So diving into the design process. This is the one thing that I had help with out of the entire process of building my brand, and I'm so thankful to Elise and Sean, 2 incredible designers who I got on board to help me with taking my squiggles and sketches to designs, and they really took them to the next level. They put them into CADs and then they created the tech packs for me, so I was ready to go to a supplier manufacturer. I found this whole process really fascinating, and so I want to share with you the different steps we took to get from idea to conception to designs and tech packs. Step 1, what I did, anyone can do, is start creating a mood board on Canva. You can also use Pinterest. Go to the shops, have a look around what you like, look in your wardrobe, your key favourite pieces, get some magazines, like not even the garments, the area that you're trying to create. Maybe you can get inspiration from a different industry, and then bring these all together, including lots of notes, functionalities that you want to have, especially when you're trying to solve a problem for your consumer. Being a running brand, I had so many key functionalities I wanted to include in the designs. I started with bullet point lists of, on a pair of shorts, what do they need to have, boom, boom, boom. So you can start doing that, making notes, and then just start sketching. You don't have to be an artist. I certainly am not one. I'll maybe put some of my sketches here. I basically just started squiggling out ideas, testing out a few colours, and I sent these to the girls, and they did their own sort of mood boarding, showing me different options which I might not have seen before. They also had really great access to insights, colour trend forecasting, information about new and upcoming materials. So we did this whole sort of research phase before, which you can also do by Googling sort of for this information. And then they took my sketches and they started making them into really amazing designs, CADs. We had about 3 to 4 iterations backwards and forwards. So once you've got the mood board, you then want to really whittle down to the things that you like. So maybe circle elements that you say, I really like this shape, or I really like that feature, I really like those colours. And that can help you get to the perfect design. Once we got to nearly the final CAD, we then had 3 different colourways, and actually I changed the colourways in the end when I started working with the factory. So don't get too hung up on this. Really, this whole process took about 4 months from the very start to getting the tech packs. Enjoy getting creative. How much does it really cost to start a clothing brand? I feel like no one really talks about this a lot. I really want to be transparent with this whole process, and I've actually spent so much more than I initially thought it was going to be, which is absolutely terrifying, but I've just got to keep positive and know that this is all hopefully going to be paid back once I actually launch. But I just want to give you a quick rundown of the key buckets you're going to be spending money on. So I've got here 7 key buckets that I have spent large chunks of money in. At the very beginning, setting up the company cost, depending on where you are, the UK is a bit cheaper than places like Dubai. So I'm going to put very rough figures, £300 for trademarking, domain fee, setup, all of that jazz. Then designs, help with CADs, tech packs. Most of you will be able to do designs yourself, but I think most people need help with CADs and tech packs. So this really can range between £500 and £4,000, depending on if you get someone cheap to do it on Fiverr or if you really want to elevate your designs and go with an industry expert, which I really wanted to do. So mine is nearer the upper end of that. You know, in daily life, how you have so many subscriptions for so many different things, I feel like starting a business, just double that. So there's subscriptions for creative platforms, Canva Pro, social media editing tools, even starting a YouTube. I've had to pay for like Epidemic Sounds, which gives me royalty-free music, all of this stuff I hadn't thought of. So I put that in as £500. Website, Shopify, you're gonna have to pay a monthly fee, and any other app add-ons, so like your email, Klaviyo, that's £200 plus per month. So we'll just stick £200 there. Stock, obviously this is your biggest investment. It depends how many units you're going to go for that. So I put 5 to 10k. I think you can obviously get a smaller amount and keep that lower, but really going all in, then you're looking at the upper limit of that 10k. Launch campaign shoot. Again, you can choose to do this really low budget if you've got friends who can help you out, or if you really want to get some amazing, stunning visuals and videography to begin with, you're looking at 1 to 3k for that. And finally, packaging. You've got to have swing tags, mailer bags. If you want to add some fancy stuff, stickers, and that's probably going to set you back like £1,000. So all in, I think minimum set up a clothing brand, it's probably around 10k. Easily can get up to 20 plus. But yeah, I don't want to scare anyone. If you want to do it, you'll make it work, and you can do it definitely on a budget. But I've been saving up for 4 years, and all of my savings are basically going into MILEOFF. So how am I quitting my job and starting a brand from a financial perspective? I think this is really interesting to speak about because it's really glamorized, leaving a job, going after your dream, but obviously there's a really harsh side of reality there of you have to live, you have to eat, you have to pay rent. And I just want to give full transparency in how I'm doing this. This is my journey, this is not anyone else's, but maybe it'll be interesting to you if you are thinking about this. So I have been working in the corporate world for 4 years and literally been saving from the moment that I started there. I am in an incredibly fortunate position to, along the way, have stayed with family, for example, in the first year of work, so I didn't have to pay any rent, so I managed to save like a huge amount then. I did an international assignment with my company, which meant they paid for my rent in my second year, so again, I got to save a lot of money. And then I moved out to Dubai, where it's tax-free, and I had a good job, and so I definitely made the most of that and was just saving. As I was nearing leaving my job, we moved flat, we downsized. I tried to cut all costs as low as possible. I don't have a car, keeping rent as low as it can be. And then just in general, I don't really party or drink, so I've really been trying to save money last year, didn't go away on holiday. I've saved up enough to live for 1 year and enough to buy my initial stock and the initial investment needed for MILEOFF. Terrifying though, because I'm spending every single penny that I own. I will add one thing, even though I have sort of enough saved for about 1 year, I definitely want to keep doing little jobs on the side to have small streams of income coming in. So I'm looking into that, and I also do have some things going on in the background so that I'm not just spending. Also very aware that I am not going to be able to take out a lot of money from the business in the first 1, 2, 3 years. So I'm definitely going to have to figure it out in 1 year what I'm going to do to start getting income enough for rent and things, but that bridge we will cross when we come to it. If you want to start a brand or even a project or launch an idea, this one thing will literally help you to make it happen. Canva is the next best thing since sliced bread. I've been using it since university now. It is the backbone of MILEOFF. I have hundreds of slides. I have thrown in all of my planning and preparations for this business. I've gone from designing the logo to planning out the 5-year business strategy on it. And I'm going to take you through the key things that you can start planning out if you want to create your brand book to bring your brand to life. So first up, logo. It's the best place without being a graphic designer to be able to bring together a mood board of logos, fonts you like, and then start trying to create yours, including visuals and symbols. Competitor research, just start pulling that all in and shoving it together to have for reference throughout the journey. State of the nation, so this is looking at the industry, the size of your sector, the rate that it's growing at, pulling in everything about your target audience. So this can be creating a customer profile persona, so it could be an image of this is the person that you want to sell to, what do they do in their day-to-day life. You can add your 360 launch plan on there, add a timeline of important dates that you need to stick to, packaging designs, all of my design process on here. You can add your sketches, add colours, add all the annotations and notes, and this will be where I'm doing my content strategy as well. It's basically like a glorified PowerPoint, but much easier to use and much more amazing to help you bring your brand to life. There is so much that I want to speak to you about, but so little time to record and edit and do all this stuff because my to-do list is literally never ending. So I'm glad that we've got this far. We've got episode 2 out. We'll try and get better at this because I'm actually even becoming aware that the past 2 years of starting this brand, I've even forgotten the little elements of what I did. At this point, I've had to look back at like my notes and pictures to remind myself, and I really want to document this entire process because people who are even a year, 2 years into their brands that have launched and documenting it, I think it's just not the same as when you see someone who really is starting and all these like small details, because when you come to start, that's what you want to know. Yeah, I really want to record every little stage of this in case it helps, and also to look back on hopefully in 6 months and think, oh my god, remember when I was doing that, or if that thing was stressing me out. Next episode, we're going to be back with a full breakdown of the launch shoot, the whole planning process for that, all the behind the scenes of that, which also probably means you're going to get to see the clothing finally, so definitely come back for that. And I'll probably also talk about the in-depth process for the sampling, right up until getting the final clothes, and also the packaging, because that I keep forgetting that is a big thing that I need to get on this week and do. I've sent away all my designs to a local packaging guy and hopefully should be getting the samples the next week, so I'll record all of that for you guys. Right, I'm gonna run home and tackle all the boring things that I need to do today, like accounting, and all my Excel didn't save. I've been like diligently putting in all of my costs and all of my spendings and I have to send that to the accountant very soon, and so I need to redo that whole thing, so wish me luck.